The best quality hybrid and traditional photo lighting and shooting videos are available for you at ShootSmarterUniversity.com. And they're less than $10 a piece, too.
Hey guys, this is Rob for DiscoverMirrorless.com. I want to do a short video about my experience with the Panasonic 100 to 300 millimeter super telephoto lens. Crocket and I had a couple of conversations about this lens a few months ago, and neither one of us was really impressed with it the first time that we used it. Crocket made a video a couple of months ago on Discover Mirrorless about how he'd gotten some tips for using it and he was getting better results. And we had a conversation or two about it, and so I decided to pick up another copy and try it on my GH3. The first time I tried it, it was on a smaller camera, and I shot it all handheld and just had really terrible results with it. So one of the things I thought about when I went to use this lens again was that it's effectively a 600 millimeter lens. So I decided to treat it like I would a 600 millimeter lens. If you see a full frame 600 millimeter lens, you're talking about a huge, heavy lens that most people wouldn't even consider shooting handheld. So the first thing I thought about was locking it down on a tripod. Okay, so I got this guy, this tripod collar. This is a third-party add-on for the 100 to 300, and it's made by a guy in Germany. I'll put the link in the comments here. He did a great job designing this. It's all aluminum. It looks like it's made to go on this lens. It has a little relief for the IS switch. You can turn the camera vertical or horizontal while it's locked down on the tripod. That's great. So now instead of the camera being attached to the tripod, now the lens is actually supported by the tripod, and that makes a huge difference. So you're going to get sharper results that way anyway. The other thing about a long focal length lens is the rule of thumb about shutter speed, which is basically you want to keep your shutter speed at or above your focal length. So in this case, ideally, you'd want to shoot this lens at a 600th of a second or faster in order to get the sharpest results. If you're locked down on a tripod, you can get away with slower shutter speeds, sure, but if you're shooting at a 30th of a second or a 50th of a second, trying to shoot at 600 millimeter effective focal length, then the chances of getting tack sharp shots go way down. So keep your shutter speed up and lock the thing down on a tripod. I got really nice results shooting stills, shooting video. I did find that keeping the image stabilizer on during video helped to keep a little bit of the wobble down if the wind was blowing, for example, or something like that. So that kind of surprised me, because normally you'd turn the image stabilizer off on a tripod. The other thing I noticed was that my heavier tripod was pretty necessary for this long focal length. I tried it with my smaller travel tripod, and the little skinny legs just didn't isolate the vibration enough for shooting at 600 millimeter focal length. I had trouble getting sharp shots. I could really see the effects of any wiggle magnified in the viewfinder and on the LCD. So use a burly tripod, lock the camera or ideally the lens down on the tripod, and your chances of getting sharp shots are going to go way up. I did find it a tiny bit sharper if you rack it in a little bit from the maximum 300 millimeters. So if you're shooting a 250 millimeter setting or somewhere in between, it gets a little sharper. But I got several tack sharp shots all the way racked out at 300 millimeters and wide open at f4-5.6. That's the fastest that you can go with this lens at the 300 millimeter focal length. So stop down to f8, a little sharper, sure, but shooting it wide open and having that extra stop of shutter speed really did make a difference in a couple of cases. So I don't think that that's necessarily imperative to get good results from this lens. All in all, I'm really happy with it. I don't hesitate for a minute to use this lens now. It was good to get a week of hard use in the rainforest, at the beach, in lots of different shooting conditions with lots of different subjects, because I really feel like I put it through its paces and figured out the best way to use it. So for the size and the weight, I don't think you can beat it. You can throw this in with your kit with a basic maybe 12 to 35 2.8 and the 35 to 100 2.8 and shoot just about anything you'd want to. And I'm looking forward to taking this back to Costa Rica in September to shoot more wildlife, but I'll definitely be using faster shutter speeds and shooting it on a tripod. And this is Rob Knight. I'll see you next time.
The best quality hybrid and traditional photo lighting and shooting videos are available for you at ShootSmarterUniversity.com. And they're less than $10 a piece, too.